Okay, better there.
Tami, you like the closer in shot, or you like it?
Yeah, I think closer in is much better.
Gotcha.
I always feel like I have to walk over there because it's just so, you know, on people's phones, it's gonna be like
Well, hopefully
tiny.
we get the internet picked up here in the next couple of months.
I hope so.
Get some better quality out there.
Yeah, well, it's already much better, thank you. Way better. Like Deanie said, it was just nothing before.
How are you, Tammy, Scott?
There we go.
Hi, Shabbat Shalom. Here we
Shabbat.
are.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good to see you. How are you?
Good, good, thanks.
Good.
You?
Staying healthy, knock on wood.
Yeah, good.
I brought my girlfriend who plays flute today, so it should be a very nice treat.
Very nice.
She's with the kids in the Tot Shabbat right now. I don't see the rabbi. Not back here. See. Do the hot air. All righty. It's been nice warm weather now. It's a lot warmer.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah.
Although they said toward the weekend, I guess, it's supposed to get cold again.
Really? How cold? Like 20s?
You know, the 20s, yeah, one day.
All right. Well, 20s is cold, but as long as it's not in the single digits, I can deal with it. Or a storm. I'm not used to those snowstorms growing up in Miami. Not at all. Just hurricanes and not a lot of them. Okay. The hot air. What happens here? All right, I'm out of tune. Where's my guitar? Oh, please. Yes, it's adorable. Okay, I'm tuning up here. It's out of tune. Oh, it's out of tune just from traveling in the car. And how the hell-
Really? Well, the cold.
I just had it strong too. So. All right, so we got a new
My
setup
music
here.
stand. All right, so we need you to sit down and listen. Right?
Yeah, they sing along. They sing and they play.
They are
They're so musical, so talented. All right, so talented. All right, so they hooked up this new thing here so they can hear us, and this is the mic.
Oh, okay.
That.
Oh, fun. Oh, I have your music. Let me give it back to you.
But you can give it to me after.
Oh, okay. You don't need it now.
No, I think I know it. The only one I didn't know was the hot air. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess.
But you're right. It repeats itself.
Yeah, it's only like 2 verses. That's your stand, isn't that nice?
Yeah. A little flimsy.
בתורתך, בדבק ליבנו, במצוותיך, במצוותיך, בהאר עינינו, במצוותיך, תורתך, בדבק ליבנו, בתורתך, מצוותיך. Want to try the intro?
Yep.
So I'm going to give you an A minor.
1, 2, 3. Right?
Yeah, anytime you're ready.
Not something. We figured it out. Hi.
Oh, look, he put, oh, Rabbi Ken, you shouldn't have. Let's put him across
We
the
had a nice
front.
touch about, didn't we? Now he's gonna be playing the keyboard. the
Look
next
what
one.
Rabbi Ken brought me for my birthday. That's so beautiful.
Oh, look at beautiful.
Happy
Oh,
birthday, my favorite.
I'm gonna put it across the front here, so we have
Your
beautiful.
vase.
You get a vase.
I don't bring one.
Okay, here's a soda
You
bread.
will be- Bring your own.
Gluten-free soda bread and some, I got special donuts for you too.
Oh, thank you.
Green donuts.
Oh, you did? They were giving out free donuts at Krispy Kreme today.
Oh, they were?
If you wore green.
These are gluten-free. These are gluten.
I had it before. I'm not gonna use that in my AA if I can.
Do you want? I'll just give you an A minor.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We had a nice Tot Shabbat. We had soda. E flat, T, E flat.
No, we're not doing E flat. That's way too high. Then
So
we're
what are you
not-
gonna do with it?
I'm doing it in
See?
C.
No, that's the
Yeah.
way I, was
Because
playing
E
it.
flat, it goes up to so super
has-
high.
Well, I'm not Yehuda, guys.
I could sing that
spans
high, but I don't think they
3 octaves.
wanted to be opera
Well,
today.
Yehuda is Yehuda. My daughter.
I can sing that high. I
And
just
we
think
saw him, and there were very few
not
people
really
in Queens that
suited.
went to see him. On the way home, someone smashed up my car head on. It wasn't a great
Oh my
night.
God.
no,
Yeah, I was
that was Rabbi
hurt.
Ken.
Yeah, in Queens,
When was that?
some drug dealer hit my Amanda and I in a car on Merritt Parkway.
When was that?
What, about 10 years ago?
Oh my God, were you
That's
hurt?
terrible.
Yeah,
I remember that.
yeah, there was a
knew you
lawsuit. It was- Yeah. I had a lot of, I had a neck. No, not
I was
today.
like, today?
No, not today. Today. I made sure it wouldn't happen to me in West Hartford again today.
I just wrote it out.
Yeah,
so
you were so good at transcribing it.
She's amazing.
It
because
took
we
me a
both
whole
did not
night.
know this
Guess what
song.
I joined? Since my daughter's not joining it, I joined the ukulele band in Glastonbury.
Did you really?
First concert will be in a week.
My
Yeah,
friend-
Jim said I'll be able to do it since I play guitar. Hey, Deb.
Ukulele's
Debbie's,
easier than guitar, but why?
Debbie Alters on the
Yeah.
button just fell off. My ex-wife.
Oh, good.
She loves Yehuda.
Okay.
So her father and brother are from Queen, from New York City. Hey, welcome from New York City, Deb. Thanks for joining us. St. Patrick, I got a St.
Got an
Patrick's Day
audience. We'll
joke.
get an audience.
Hey, Grandpa.
So we did this one just for you, Rabbi.
Oh, I know. My
It
daughter's
took
on.
me a long time to
Oh, it's a
transcribe
hot
this
air.
music, at least
Yeah.
five
About
minutes.
5 minutes.
Favorite song. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
give
everyone
Odie.
had a chance to see it on the email.
Yeah, he sent out the link.
Some people I sent it to twice.
So,
So we did the unicorn song before the Stevensons. Green alligators.
I think that's beautiful. That's right. You could improvise more if you don't like that tune, but I
No,
think
I
it's
like it.
pretty.
You like it, Lonnie? Dr. Lonnie? During the ukulele, during the ukulele. These 54 ukuleles for the first time.
Why not keep it?
First song I played was Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
And then I'll start.
Is it the same ukulele that you had?
6:30,
No different one?
I got one for the band. I got a tenor one. This is a tenor one.
6:30. Did we start 5 minutes late Jewish time? Or we start
Yeah,
at
because there's
6:30?
not many people on here.
Okay.
We're gonna give it 2 minutes.
Is there anything before that you want to start?
Because
the
Marcy's not in
angels?
house. And
Oh,
I'm
I
just
need
gonna
a
play the
keyboard.
top,
So the
because we'll-
angels is in D, right? Right.
Angel blessing.
So I'll need this. Because I'm playing C.
I wrote my first note is A.
Okay, guys, we're ready to begin.
We're all right.
Is everyone here?
Closer to our godliness. May our left hand give us strength to face each day. And before us may our vision light our paths ahead. And behind us may well-being feel our way. Oh, it's a full house today. All around us is just enough. All around us is just enough. It's a full house. Dr. into the house and Sam,
Hey, hey.
our engineer to be, little Sam. Not so little anymore.
Oh, they are
Now,
right.
3 out of 5 boys are going to be engineers. Isn't that crazy? So if we ever have a train, we have 3 conductors.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Marion, you all warmed up from the unicorn song. Marion's gonna be playing the synthesizer next month.
That's so good. And look what Rabbi Ken got me for my birthday.
Oh, it's from the synagogue, I say.
Happy birthday.
I'm 100
Well,
years old.
Gotta sing happy birthday to start the service, Tammy.
I'm 100.
Happy birthday to you.
Oi, oi.
I'll play it for you.
You
will?
play?
You're right.
I'm ready.
You got the guitar ready? You
We're having a
practiced
one-
already, Scott, in our minute?
Rabbi Ken bought donuts. I have sunflowers.
Yeah, we got Irish soda bread
We're
too.
all
I'll make a
set.
mozzi on Irish soda
We're
bread.
having a big Irish party for my birthday, and we wore green. You can
Well-
see. Green, green, green.
Okay. Got a green scarf.
There you go.
Aringo bra, Baruch Hashem.
4 non-blondes. Okay.
That's not what I
I
said.
went to karaoke last night and this woman was,
Hey, there's the
you
guitar.
gonna play happy birthday on there? Okay,
Yom
Scott's
Haledet
gonna lead us.
Sameach.
Yom Haledet Sameach. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Kia D. Hey, nice
And
hair.
green.
Birthday, dear Tab. Happy birthday to you.
That's the most beautiful birthday song I've ever heard.
See it on the video, everyone.
Oh, he's gonna take a picture.
Take a picture.
Lonnie, come in.
Take a picture. Pintura, por favor.
Now it's official. I'm
Signore.
old.
Aaron,
Are you
Officially
one?
Aaron, do it, man. I'm smiling. I'm happy to have these Lonnie and Tammy to do my favorite song to start the service.
Yes, I'm singing his
Okay,
favorite
Deb,
song.
the hot air from Yehuda. I got an inspiration. I listened last week to the Central Synagogue service, and they said, we're calling up 100 singers from the Heschel School. And they
Lovely.
come up on the bima and they sing the hot air. I said, boy, great to do that song. My daughter's favorite song from Yehuda. We tried to get him at the wedding, couldn't get him to come from Toronto, wanted all this money, but we, right, Trudy? So we have Tammy and Lonnie over in the service.
Yeah.
We sent it to you, Scott and I, we sent it to you in the weekly email, so everyone has it forever.
Okay,
The YouTube version that was good enough to send to you from the original, the hot air.
so we're only 2 short of, we're 2.
100?
So yes.
98 short of 100.
It's the opposite.
Huh.
We're 98 short. We have 2. Okay.
We have enough. We have on the mid- we have on the-
Oh, wait a
Oh,
minute, sorry.
yeah, the hot air.
Oh. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
See?
Okay, I'm sorry.
A.
1, 2.
We're doing it in C.
Yes.
Okay.
V'ha'ereneinu b'toratecha, b'toratecha, v'dabek libeinu, b'mitzvotecha, b'mitzvotecha, v'ha'ereneinu b'toratecha, b'toratecha, v'dabek libeinu, b'mitzvotecha, b'mitzvotecha, v'yachid levaveinu, v'yahava u'yirah et shemecha, v'yonimos le'olam, v'dabek libeinu, b'toratecha, b'toratecha, v'dabek libeinu, b'mitzvotecha, b'mitzvotecha, v'yachid levaveinu, v'yahava u'yirah et shemecha, v'yonimos le'olam va'ed, v'yonimos le'olam, le'olam.
Our hearts are faced to God. We do what we need to do to respect God, and we sing to God tonight to begin our service. A beautiful composition by the talented Yehuda. I think he wrote it when he was 18 years old. He plays 8 instruments, Yehuda, and it was always
Very
amazing. 8
talented.
instruments.
And well, he plays them all well.
Plays them well. It's
Wow.
amazing. So I was on JBS TV watching an interview by the Makal, who passed away. He was the founder of it, and it was an interview last year with the great Angela Buchdahl, rabbi of Central Synagogue, whose service is always streaming every Friday night and Saturday morning. So she was saying, this leads into the next song. She said that one of her highlights of her life was when she was singing, like I did, with the Debbie Friedman chorale, the Cage Chorale, at the Cage Conference, the Jewish educator. She said, such a great way to get to know Debbie Friedman and her beautiful sense of humor. And I asked Debbie Friedman once years ago, 25 years ago, I said, what's your favorite song of all the ones that you wrote, which is the most meaningful? And she said to me, the Angel Blessing that we're about to do. Many of you don't know it. We didn't put it out this week on YouTube, but I hope you hear it live for the first time today, and I hope you like it as well as we all love to hear the beautiful blessings. We can all use blessings in a torn world that we're living in now, but here in Israel, with all the strife, we need blessings from angels as much as we can. Debbie Friedman's Angel's Blessing for Shabbat.
May our right hand bring us closer to our godliness. May our left hand give us strength to face each day. And before us, may our vision light our paths ahead, and behind us may well-being heal our way. All around us is Shekhinah. All around us is Shekhinah. All around us is Shekhinah. All around us is Shekhinah.
Above all of our heads is Shekhinah, which is God's presence, and the angels surround us as we begin our Friday night service tonight to close out the book of Exodus with the Torah portion of Vayakil Bekude. We're going to turn now. A lot of people, we did this at the Tot Shabbat earlier, right? A lot of enthusiasm to this one.
Yeah.
Bim bam, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom.
The Psalms, we turn to Psalm 96. The heavens rejoicing, the Shemayim, and earth is glad. Everyone's praising God because that's what we do. For some reason, we can't explain it. God wants our prayers. So we try to understand God. Sometimes we don't understand, but we know one thing, that God certainly loves our prayers. And I believe, I saw an example this week. A friend of mine was very sick. We prayed for her. She's doing a lot better today. So I just spoke to her. So I believe in the power of prayer. So God wants our prayers. So God says, okay, pray to us and pray to me. Actually, not even talking about the angel kingdom, but I will try to help you, but you got to do your part and pray and do your part to pray to God and pray to me. Okay, so Yismachu Hashemayim, top of 256, 5 lines from the top.
Ready? Yismachu Hashemayim, Yismachu Hashemayim, Yismachu Hashemayim, Tzagel haaretz. Yismachu Hashemayim, Yismachu Hashemayim, Yismachu Hashemayim, Tzagel haaretz. Yirmaya, 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 Ulo, Yirmaya.
That's the
Yay.
enthusiasm. Marion, God can hear those
Yay.
claps, even out of a 2-year-old. Or Zarua La Tzaddik. There's a special light at Or Zarua that's there for the righteous. We all rejoice in that special light on Friday night. All of you guys here live, to hear it live, and all of you guys on Zoom. Or Zarua, bottom 256. Please join me. Or Zarua La Tzaddik. Ul Yisrael Lev Simech. Or Zarua La Tzaddik. Ul Yisrael Lev Simcha. You know what? I never get enough of Romamu. Do you?
No.
When Craig Talman told us about that, when he released it in Shabbat, Friday Night Live, I never get tired of his tunes. You, for some reason, I like all his tunes.
No, I never.
There's very
did.
few artists
The
you could
Friday
say
Night
I love all the tunes. But we're going to turn to Romamu, 3 lines to the bottom of 258. We're praising God as we're bowing toward Jerusalem. Well, when I'm not here, I'll be in Israel a month from today.
So jealous.
So I will be actually in Jerusalem bowing, which will be nice. So I don't have to go bow towards there, be there live and in person. And we sing it always because we always pray towards Jerusalem. That's where they say when people address letters to God, they ship it over to Jerusalem. The postmaster, they don't know where to put it, so they send it to Jerusalem. Or Zarua was a beautiful one. Now we turn to Craig Talman's beautiful piece, Romamu, bottom of 258.
Anana, Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, v'tishtachavu, v'har kadsho. Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, v'tishtachavu,
I always get goosebumps from that. Do you guys too? I mean, seriously. And it's an easy song, isn't it? We've been doing it for so long. I think everyone probably knows it by heart, sort of. We're going to turn to one that you don't know by heart, probably. It's a psalm that David wrote. It's Mother David. We're going to do a majestic version of it on page 260. Or some of you in New York, whatever Siddur room you have there. Hi, folks in New York City, 6 of you watching. Ms. Mother David, please join me. Mizmor LeDavid, Havu Ladonai, B'nei Elim, Havu Ladonai, Kavod Boz, Havu Ladonai, Kavod Shemo, Ishtachavu Ladonai, Behadrat Kodesh, Kol Adonai Alamayim, Ela Kavod Hirim, Adonai Alamayim Rabim, Kol Adonai, Ba'koach, Kol Adonai, Behadrat Kol Adonai shover arazim v'shaber Adonai arsei halvanon v'arkidem k'mo egel Lebanon v'Sirion k'mo ven remim Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh Kol Adonai yachil midbar Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh Kol Adonai Yechol Elayalot, Vayechesof Yarot, Uvehechalot, Glomer Kavod, Adonai Lamapo, Yasha Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam, Yamoitin Adonai Barek Edamo Vashalom. May be seated. Just this past week, I was thinking, how can I go to Israel without seeing this holy city of Tzfat? So on the last day, I decided at the last minute, we're going to go to Tzfat. I have to go to the shuls, and we have to, when we think of L'chadodi being composed in Tzfat, I like to see the shuls of the Ari and all the holy spots at Tzfat. So I decided to go there, and I just figured we'd pick up the energy of the beautiful L'chadodi, which was composed by Shlomo HaLevi Alkabetz in the holy city of Tzfat. So we're going to do the first two and the last two verses. Please join Tami and Lonnie on page 262 and 264.
L'chadodi lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat lekavela. L'chadodi lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat lekavela. L'chadodi lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat lekavela. L'chadodi lekrat kala, Shabbat Kavela, Shabbat Zachor Echad, Ishmianu El Hamichad, Adonai Echad, U'Shemo Echad, Tishmenu Tefillah Melitila, Echadodi, Echadodi Lepratala, B'nei Shabbat Kavela, Echadodi Lepratala. Shabbat Kavela, Lekavat Shabbat Lechuven Elachad, Yehi Mikor HaVeracha, Neirosh Mikerem Nisucha, Tzavmatin Lakashavet Tikila, Lechadodi, Lechadodi Lepratala, B'nei Shabbat Kavela, Lechadodi Lepratala. Shabbat Kavela, Yaminus lo tifrotzi, ve'et Adonai ta'ariti, al yad esh ben parti, v'niflecha b'nahila. L'chadodi, l'chadodi l'vrachava, b'nei Shabbat Kavela, l'chadodi l'vrachava. Shabbat Kavela, Bohu v'shalom atzeret ba'ala, Gam b'simcha u'b'tzohara, Tachirimudei am segula, Bo'ichala, Bo'ichala.
Be seated. Arlene just sent me the Misha Barak list for her. She's not here. She's in Hebron running the service tonight at Zoom and also in person. So does anyone want to lead what she normally reads, the Psalm 93 on page 269 responsively?
I can do it.
Marcy's in the house in the back row. Okay, 269 responsively.
Okay, the Lord is king, crowned with splendor. The Lord reigns, robed in strength.
He set the earth on a sure foundation.
Created a world that stands firm.
His kingdom stands from earliest time. He is eternal.
Rivers may rise and rage, the waters may pound and roar, the floods may spread and storm.
Above the crash of the sea and its greatness, awesome is the Lord our God.
Your
Decrees, O Lord,
never fail. Holiness befits your house for eternity.
Mikolot mayim rabim, adirim ishpereyam, adim amaram Adonai, Edo techan roleveitcha, na'ava kodesh, Adonai Liorech Yamim. Turn out to the Kaddish. The last one we'll do for everyone that doesn't have anyone to say Kaddish for, but this one we'll use for the yard sites we have this week on our sheet. Leah Berman, Alina Bokoff, Carol Chemerinsky. I knew her so well. She was the best to me. Her mother was Anna Mintz, the first woman that recognized me, called me in July of 1995. George Cutler, Abe Dember, remembered by the Schneider, Winkler, and Morgenstein families. Abe Einhorn, remembered by Jay Einhorn, Carol Friedman and family. Arthur Falk, Joseph Fellner, Louis Garbiche, Sil Gertner, Fanny Goldstein, Mary Heller, Joseph Herbst, Abraham Jaffe, David Leifer, Manda Leifer, remembered by the entire Leifer family. Dave Levine, every Shabbat, he was always in that back row here with us. Remembered by her daughter Arlene Talarkro and family. Esther Levine, Shirley Marks, Sarah Messenger, Betty Minch, Clara Mindell. She was in Jerry Fisher's movie about the farming. Remembered by Maxine Mindell. Harry Morgenstein, remembered by the Morgenstein and Shermans. Ben Nelliber, remembered by the Squires. Ann Pitnick, B. Rosenberg, Samuel Rutschik, Sarah Schulman, remembered by the Cohen and Schulman family. She used to do the Haftorahs for us every Shabbat morning while she was alive. Sophie Schwartz, Mary Jane Scott, remembered by Mel Scott, wife. Rose Shedroff, Clara Sherman, remembered by the Einhorn. Mara Schiff, Jenny Singer, Isaac Solomon, Rose Steinberg, and Beryl Zoitlin. Any other names for the yard sites this week that I don't have? Okay, we'll rise those who have yard sites in the site of Kaddish with me at 268. Yikadal, Vikadash, Shemer Rabah, Yamad, Yivarach, Yerutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon, V'yamechon, V'chayei, D'chol Beit Yisrael, B'galav, V'zman Kariv, V'yamru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabah,
Amen.
Yolam, Omeh, Omeh. V'yipar, V'tromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, V'shah, Kol Berchata, V'shirata, Tush V'chata, V'nachemata, Damiran, V'yoma, V'yimru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'yimru Amen. Aseh Shalom B'ramav, Huya Aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'yimru. So,
Amen.
with all the strife going on in Israel and in this country, the word for today is ahava. It's not just a product for beauty, but it means love. So I hope the goal of everyone here is to spread love to people who need it in this world. I've seen a lot of people that really need a dose of that four-letter word that begins in an L, and it's love. Welcome everyone that was watching the UConn game. They blew out, Lori, I guess you were yelling because they blew out Iona. So it's over. So thank you guys for joining us now at the service. We are going to begin our service with the Baruch Hu for the second part of our service. On page 279, we invite everyone to please rise. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam.
Rochanai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Le'olam Va'ed. Okay, we're going to turn now in our Sidurim to the Shema and the V'ahavta. You may be seated. Dini's not here. Aaron, would you like to lead the Shema and the V'ahavta with the tune, the Torah tune? 284.
No, the Shema.
When you're on the spot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just figured here's a guy that really is into a fellow rabbi.
That's right, a Rabbi Sherman.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levecha, b'chol nafshecha, b'chol meodecha. V'hayu hadivarim ha'eleh, asher ochim et torecha hayom al levavecha, u'shinatam levanecha, v'debarta bam b'shiftecha b'veitecha, ובלתך בדרך, ושבתך ובקומך, ושתם לאות על יודיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, utatam al mezuzot beitecha, v'shiratecha.
Continue silently to the end of 286. And then I'll serenade you like it was 1968 when I read this as my maftir for my Torah portion of Bishalach at my bar mitzvah. Well, this is for you, mom and dad, who had the greatest seders when I was younger. We had a ton of people. It ended at 4 in the morning. That's where I think I learned not to sleep. Vayomer Na'el Moshe Lemor Daber El Bnei Yisrael V'Marta Lehem Vasu Lahem Tzitzit Al Kanfei V'Gdehem L'Dorotam V'Natnu Al Tzitzit Kanaf Katil Techeled V'Haya Lachem L'Tzitzit Uritem Oto U'Zchartem Et Kol Mitzvot Adonai V'Asitem Otam V'Lo Taturu Acharei Levavchem V'Acharei Nechem Asher Atem Zonim Achareihem Leman Tizkaru V'Asitem Et Kol Mitzvotai V'Item Kedoshim Le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hotzeti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Lot Lachem Le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. We're turning now in our Sidurim 292. I think we've done this for so long. I get teary-eyed still, Tammy. I don't know why. I'm looking at my daughter's book that she illustrated. I'm just a little someone in the second row. Thank you guys for bringing it. I'm so proud of Amanda and Sharon. Okay, we're going to do the Hashkivenu. Some of you are new to the service tonight. We do this like mashup from the great Matisyahu song, One Day, and we pray one day there will be peace in the world, with the Hashkivenu by Craig Talman from his Friday Night Live, top of page 292.
It is around if you want to sing along at home. Hashkivenu Adonai, Einu Shalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu V'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Einu Shalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu V'chaim. Ushma Teiteinu V'chaim u'shalom V'tadi Adonai. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, yeah. One day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim. One day, one day, one day.
Well, Lori's on. We're having a bonfire in memory of her parents, her lovely parents. Meant a lot to the community in Fairfield as well as throughout the world. And Tammy and I will be doing that one. So Hashkivenu and one day, so learn it. Lonnie,
Learn it.
I hope you play flute for us there too, God willing. Okay, we're turning now in our Sidurim for traditional Vishamru, page 294, as we prepare for the Amidah prayer.
Rothberg.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לגדול אותם במצוותיו. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לגדול אותם במצוותיו. בני ובן, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לגדול אותם במצוותיו. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לגדול אותם במצוותיו. וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לגדול אותם במצוותיו. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לגדול אותם במצוותיו.
Studio audience is missing all the cuteness here. Oh, my goodness.
I got something for the Amida today. I was at a dinner and a couple of Irish jokes among Irishmen this weekend. I know we have quite a few Irish people I've seen today and yesterday. And this joke, I like this one. They say, what do you, this is too funny to, I know sometimes it's, what's green and lies on the lawn? Patio furniture. You know, some of the best ones are corny. I got it. Well, there's a couple of them I didn't like at all that make fun of the. I didn't want that at all. So the Amida for Shabbat evening. I'm going to see people laughing at it. Page 296 through told to me by an Irishman. Okay, 296 to page 302. We rise.
Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Sifata Sifta. Na 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 Ufi Agi Tahilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Sifatai Tita. Na 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 Ufi Agi Tahilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Sifatai Tita. Na 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 Ufi Agi
Again, thank you, Craig Talbot, for that beautiful intro to our Amidah prayer this evening. I was just looking at the River East today and I saw the obituary for Karen Gambalati. It really hits home when you see it in the local paper today. Someone called me and pointed it out to me. And as was pointed out at her funeral, her favorite song was Joy to the World, which we did once in her memorial service here. And the second one was Oseh Shalom Bimromav. God who creates, we need this, especially what's going on in the world right now. We need peace. God who creates heaven and the heavenly peace, God, you created there, please help us bring it down to this earthly sphere. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, last two lines of page 316.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, V'Yachol Yisrael, V'Imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'Yachol Yisrael. 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 Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'Yachol Yisrael.
You know, I got a little note in the mail about certain thing about how many times I did something in the last 2 months. So I decided to take account of how many times I did Aleinu here in the chapel and upstairs. Guess how many times? Over 4,100 times we've done the Aleinu since I've been. Can you imagine? Over 4,100 times. So I hope you guys know it by now. Rise and please recite the Aleinu with me. If not, Scott's recorded the service. You can go listen to it. Aleinu l'shaber l'adon hakol l'tei kedua liotzer rishit shelo asanu kigoyei hamatzot
ולא שמענו כמשפחות העזבה, שלא שם חלקנו בהם, וגאול עלינו כחרמונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך
נוטה שמיים
יוסד הארץ,
ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל,
ושכינה זו, ושכינה זו, בגוהי מרובים. הוא אלוהינו עדות, אמת מלכנו וחסורתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בחשיבות לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, והארץ מתחת עינונים.
ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך בעולם ועד ונאמר.
היה אדוני מלך על כל הארץ, היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
May be seated. We are now going to turn to the Mourners Kaddish. We all know that many people were killed this week and people died, and there's no one to say Kaddish for them. I know a few myself from the family of the synagogue. So we'll use this opportunity now to rise as a community and recite the Kaddish together. for all those who need a Kaddish on page 324. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Merabah, Yalma, Divarach, Hirute, Yamlich, Malkute, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, V'zman Kariv, V'imru,
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabba, Mevarach, Yiparach, All Shmei Kucha,
Amen. Say shalom to Roma, we say shalom, Aleinu, Yahweh Israel, Hebrew, Amen.
Maybe see it. One person told me maybe we should cut the Yigdal out. So I had spoken years ago to a member who was in his 80s, and he said, for my bar mitzvah, 60-something years ago, every student in the Hebrew school had to learn the Yigdal. And I know a lot of people learn the Yigdal, and it's part of the Friday night service. I said, no, I'm not shortening and cutting the Yigdal out. No. So we're going to do a Yigdal on page 326. Please join me. Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishtabach nimtza v'heinei tel mitziuto echad v'yin yachid k'yichudo ne'lam b'gam ein sof li'achduto ein lo demut haguf v'yeino guf lo na'aroch elav kadmon l'chol davar asher nivera rishon ben reshit Adon olam v'chol notzar yoreh gedulato shefa nevuato netano el anashei segulato v'lokam b'Yisrael k'mo she'od navi u'mahabir et emunato torat temet natan le'amo el Ayad Nevio Neman Lo Yachkalif Ba'el Velo Yemirato Liohu Lahamim Le Pilato Tofev Yodea Setarenu Mabit L'sof Davar Bekadmato Gomel Ish Chesed Kemifalo Notein Rashara Kerish Yishlach Teketz Yamin Meshichenu Liftot Mechakekei Shuato Mekim Michael V'Rovachasto Oroch Adea Shem Tehilato Mekim Michael V'Rovachasto Oroch Adea Shem Tehilato. Goldie could not be with us tonight. She called me, so we always do the Travelers Prayer. Those who are new to the service every Friday night. As we know, a lot of people need help with accidents on the road, and especially the winter. So who would like to lead it in place of Goldie tonight that hasn't led a part of the service? 7:13. Scott.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
May it be your will, Lord our God and God of our ancestors, to guide us in peace, to sustain us in peace, to lead us to our desired destination in health and joy and peace, and to bring us home in peace. Save us from every enemy and disaster on the way, and from all calamities that threaten the world. Bless the work of our hands. May we find grace, love, and compassion in your sight and in the sight of all who see us. Hear our supplication, for you listen to prayer and supplication. Praise to you, Lord, who hears prayer.
I was watching JBS television yesterday, and it is very disturbing, especially since I'm going to Israel shortly, to see the strife in Israel and all the protests and everything that's going on there. Everyone obviously has different ways of looking at it. I spoke to two friends, one on one side, one on the other side, and they're not talking to each other over it. I think that's not the way to go. I think you have to still have dialogue. Everyone, I mean, when I first came here, I only knew Orthodox services. Like, I didn't know from conservative reform. So, I just sort of was able to get along with everyone. And we have to find common ground in a time like this. So I think we'll recite the, the prayer for the state of Israel together. I'll do the Hebrew on 416, and then we'll all do the English on 417 together. Anyone who would like to do the Hebrew with me on 416, please do. Avinu Shabbat Tzur Yisrael v'Goalo. Barechet Medinat Yisrael, Rishit Smichat Gulatenu. Hagen aleha be'evrat chastecha, ufros aleha sukat shlomecha. Ushlach orcha amitcha l'rosheha, zareha v'yotzeha, v'taknem be'etzah tova milfanecha. Chazek et yedei meginei eretz kodshenu, v'anchilem Eloheinu Yeshua v'ateret nitzachon tatrem. V'natata shalom ba'aretz, zivchat olam v'yoshveha v'nomar amen. Everyone in English on the top of 417. Our Father in heaven, rock and redeemer
of the people Israel, bless the state of Israel with his promise of redemption, shielded with your love, spread over the shelter of your peace. Guide his leaders and advisors with your light and your truth. Help them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Deliver them, crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy. Let us say, Amen.
from our mouths to your ears, God, please. We now have an opportunity. We have a lot of kids here, right? That's Sam, Alexander, we got William, we got Marion. So anyway, there's some kids at home there too. I know on Zoom. So we have at least 4 kids on Zoom at home. So we'll turn to the blessings to sons. We did the Debbie Friedman version. We'll now do our traditional one on 722. Yissimcha Elohim ki Ephraim v'chim Nashe. May God give you the blessings of Ephraim and Asher and the daughters. Okay. May God give you the blessings of Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Leah. Yisimech Elohim ki Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. Yisad Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and guard you. May God show you favor and be gracious to you. May God show you kindness and grant you peace, and let us say, Amen. The highlight of Friday night in most Orthodox communities is the Shalom Aleichem. When we came back from the Shtibel, my brother and I, on a Friday night in Rockaway, we always sang this to my mother, dear Esther, born on Purim. Shalom Aleichem 722.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharon, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ulchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
You know, I love the head of the Jewish Yoga Network, Lisa Levine. She has a beautiful Mishaberach, but I like the way we do it Friday night. People are used to the Debbie Friedman one for so many years, and I always like to continue in her memory to continue doing it. I have a list. Arlene couldn't join us tonight. She's busy with her Hebrew synagogue. So she'd like a Mishabera for Maxine Parrott, Elizabeth Parrott, Sue Dennis, and Joe and Betty Caruso. Big Poppy gets a Mishabera as well. Marcy, you have a list of people.
Yeah, I have Joy, Jeannie, Linda, Stephanie, and Stratton.
And Stratton. Okay. Anyone else's names for tonight?
Yaakov ben Aharon.
Ben Aharon. COVID.
Mm.
Yeah, it's still with us, unfortunately. Any other
And
names? Yeah.
David Berry.
David Barry. Anyone else that needs it today? Okay, Tammy will lead us in the beautiful Mishabera prayer for healing for all the fields.
Bless those in need of healing with Rafuah Shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Just not used to with a flute. It's just so nice with
pretty?
the flute as well. So thank you, Dr. Lonnie and
Yes.
Cantor Tami for, and your husband's here and your husband's here. So it's nice to have support. I know when I see certain musicians every week, they really love support. Sometimes you go to certain places and no one pays attention to them. So it's nice when you have loving spouses that want to hear the message. I was talking to a fellow rabbi this week in the Torah portion of Ayakel Kude as we close out the book of Exodus. We talk about Vayakhel. Every 7 years we get together, and some Hasidic groups like to call it, it's a year to have more opportunities to study together. And with the classes that we have every week, we have 6 classes going on at the shul, soon 7, when we turn to our meditation class in May. I just think it's wonderful that we have opportunities not only to gather together for study, we have the opportunity also for the Seder on Friday, March 31st at 6 o'clock, sing service, and then have the Seder together at 6:30, sort of a model Seder, but still to get the feeling of Pesach before our family and friends Sederim, so you can actually learn from our Seder and bring that to other people's Seders that you're going to be at. But even gathering together here live, I mean, I know how hard it was when Tammy and I used to play for 0 people here in-house. It's hard. I mean, it's like why I go to exercise classes and not on Zoom. You need the energy. You need group energy. I think most people would agree that it's a little better here. I mean, I know we have people from the tri-state area that can't get here and people that can't get out of the house, but it's just so nice that we have an option to have it live or have it on Zoom. And I got to thank the Stevensons for having such a wonderful time at the Tot Shabbat. I think Marion's going to be our keyboard player. How old are you, Marion?
19 months.
19 months, and you're going to be playing the keyboard next month? And William played a little guitar today. Going to use 2 chords there, okay, William? Next week, and Alexander, how old are you?
How old are you? You're 3.
3, and he's going to be the lead guitarist next week. Arya, good to see you. My brother-in-law's right there. Hey, Debbie. So I hope you can join us for next month because you want to really hear a band of kids under 5 years old. Not for me and Scott playing the guitar. So anyway, I always loved mirrors, and and my mother, we said, we always have to look in the mirror and see how we're looking. So as we conclude the book of Exodus, we are given a list of all the gifts the Jewish nation gave to build the temple. So what they use, gold and silver and precious gems. But our teachings point out that out of all the donations, what was the greatest thing that could have been given? The mirrors were used for the sink. They were the most, why would God care about a mirror? Why was such a valued gift used to make a sink? It seems strangely out of place. But if you look at things briefly, one of the purposes of mirrors is to remind us we can't enter God's presence without first taking a fearless moral inventory of ourselves, while at the same time, we have to look at the mirror and acknowledge all the blessings that God has given us. We have to use mirrors. We have to look at ourselves and see ourselves as beautiful people, all created in the image of God, and we have to wash away all the excuses and rationalizations, all our pettiness, and take our opportunities that we do tonight together with all you guys on the tri-state area and here as opportunities to use our blessings to do what's right in the world. Tikkun Olam, let's repair the world. I have Aryeh, the president of a conservative shul in Astoria. Thank you for joining us. That's one of the reasons, in conclusion, that the mirrors were so precious. They forced people not to be satisfied. You're not satisfied with the status quo, but we have to grow, and sometimes we have to be big and just look at the pettinesses in life and say it's not in our way. It's no coincidence that the first mitzvah What do we do every day? We wash our hands before we start the day. So before we enter God's temple, we need to look at ourselves. As we did today, when we all came here, we have to look at ourselves and wash away all the nonsense, the narishkeit, as they say in Yiddish, and the pettiness that holds us back. And we all, let's make a concerted effort this week to make the most of the opportunities the almighty places in front of us. And to that, let us say,
Amen.
our President Dini cannot be with us, so I'd like to wish you all a Shabbat Shalom from her. We have this week, we have Tuesday classes, we have Talmud, we have Garata, we have Kabbalah, and we have Hebrew conversation, we have Jewish ethics, and we have also Jewish literacy. If you guys want more classes, let me know. I might be running out of energy, but but we do have coming up. We have our monthly men's club meeting on the second Thursday of April because of Pesach, and that's always been one thing that's wonderful. And then we have in this week's weekly email, we're starting up a women's group too. Women shouldn't be left out, so please contact Marcy. And we're trying to get a women's group together here too. It's not just a men's club that Scott and I go to. We need women to get together and schmooze. So, March 31st, we're having that model Seder. So please remember that at 6 o'clock, service 6:30, the Seder. And I hope you'll join us for that. We are going to conclude before we have in the Irish soda bread. I got kosher gluten-free Irish soda bread. And for our performers, Irish kosher gluten-free green donuts. And for Tammy, for her birthday, the flowers.
They forgot my crown, but this will do.
No problem. Thank you for all you do for us, Tammy. We really appreciate it. We're going to close with one of my favorite songs from the Cage Performers that was done 28 years ago when I went to my Cage conference, and I think you guys all know it, so please join in if you do.
Jeff Klepper.
Jeff Klepper.
Shalom Ra Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Ra Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon levo shalom. Ki atahu melech Adon levo shalom. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. B'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael. B'chol eitz u'b'chosho b'shlomecha. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Please join us. Homemade hummus by Deanne and homemade challah by Deanne. We have soda bread. We have other things too. We have donuts. So please join us for our celebration. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you guys from all over the tri-state area for coming. Hey, Trudy, Mo, Gershons, Lori, and family. Shabbat Shalom from us here. at the-
Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos, everybody.
Happy
Shabbat
Shabbos.
Shalom. Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Walter, and
Hey.
all of you Colchester congregants.
Hey, Debbie.
Full house tonight. Thanks for joining us.
I skipped my improv class today, so I could be with you. Yeah,
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
us.
Oh, you
Melts
feel
our
good
heart.
about that, Debbie.
yeah, whose line is it anyway? Yep. But this was way better, and I'm noticing your green suit. Wow.
Oh, no,
Yours
it's
green
green-
suit? No, it's just a green scarf. Yeah,
Scarf, yeah.
We were green.
yes. I have green eyes, so that's the only green I can contribute. It's a great service,
Glad you enjoyed it.
and I'm glad Ari was here in time to
Okay,
listen.
see you, another president of a conservative synagogue, because our president
Yeah,
is here tonight.
yeah, great. That's
Good,
right.
Ari.
Bye for now. Bye. I haven't seen you since the wedding. Yes, Hashem, more weddings.
Yeah, God willing.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah,
Shabbat
more
shalom.
grandchildren.
Yeah, I'm gonna join right now. Right now.
Oh, cameras are the rebuilt.
Oh, you missed it, yeah.
It's okay.
Hey, Marion, you're gonna be my synthesizer player.
She's good. I'm just away now.
I got to get my keyboard